Hi everyone, I'm Ken Efseroff and welcome to New to the Street. On today's show,
joining me on Exploring the Block today is Gibson CEO and Brianna Swanson, the digital strategist and innovation specialist for Wmpro. Welcome to Exploring the Block.
Hi, how are you?
All right, so tell me, what is Wmpro and what inspired you to create this technology?
So Wmpro is a data sharing platform where we share data between stakeholders to do verification. So we share that data seamlessly and securely, utilizing blockchain technology to be able to relay that information out to those stakeholders who have an interest in it when it comes to insurance verification, for example. So banks are huge with insurance verification, construction companies are huge with insurance verification, and so we have relied on 20th century technology called pieces of paper to do this type of verification before, and that's what inspired me. I've got 20 years experience in the insurance business, and I owned an insurance agency, and I had to produce these certificates of insurance documents out to these stakeholders. So it took away from me being able to make money, basically. So I decided to start a quest to develop a company that could digitize that data and democratize that data and allow it to be shared seamlessly.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. So you've ripped up the paper protocol, and now it's all about the ledger of blockchain. Tell me how you incorporate blockchain technology into your work.
Yeah, so blockchain basically in the insurance business, insurance has been trying to figure out blockchain for a few years in terms of some useful applications. And so when it comes to verifying insurance, for example, banks have all these assets that they are on loans for. Well, basically, blockchain can replace me.
Talk to me a little bit about some of the applications of blockchain that Wmpro is developing in the insurance and financial services.
The cool thing that Wmpro does is it takes documents, transactional data, and any data events, and it will actually make them compliant to be safe. And so what we're able to do is take those documents, turn them into data that can be transferred and shared between our stakeholders, and allow them like a customizable solution so that they can view it and they can share it the way that they want to.
Yeah. That's definitely a problem solved.
Yeah.
Now tell me a little bit how your current projects can potentially impact the future of insurance. How can this change the way we've done things and lead us into the future?
Sure. So thinking about going back to banking, currently banks have all these assets in their portfolio, and currently they request these assets to be verified with insurance. Well, they call me the agent and I supply a certificate of insurance today. But there is no way for that bank to know tomorrow if that insurance is still in compliance or not. And so by digitizing this data and democratizing this data, we allow the bank to have a seamless transaction of that insurance verification process. And not just in that instance, but also on an ongoing continuous basis, because the information, when the information changes, we get the relay of information and we disseminate that information to banks. You can take any industry, whether you're shipping goods, doing construction with subcontractors, whether you own a building and you have people that lease space in your building. These are all applications that allow for the process to happen seamlessly and directly without having to go through the cumbersome process of, hey, call my agent, the third party, absolutely. Yeah. And then from speaking from an agent's perspective, we basically can't recover from this expense because it's a sunk cost to every agent in the entire country.
Wow. So, you know, as we know, we're continuously evolving into a more connected world. What are some of the opportunities that you're developing in the future with this technology?
Yeah, so as far as a connected world, I'm wearing a device on my wrist right now that connects me to some information about me, how many steps I'm taking, my heart rate, anything to that effect. Well, that is actually usable data that you can develop applications from, you can develop new products from. And so, for example, if someone wanted to buy life insurance, now you have a more granular way of determining the outcome of that potential life insurance versus the current way of analyzing mortality charts from an actuarial standpoint. So it's combining the actuarial process with the data science that's going on today as we gather data and we create these risk profiles that can be abundant on everyone. So everyone has a risk profile. You, me, these buildings, everything has a risk profile.
And in this super connected world, it takes a village basically to make these changes and make them safe and make them work for everyone involved. So who are some of the strategic partnerships that you've already established, and how will that affect you with your business and the entire industry?
Yeah, so some of the strategic partnerships that we've established, we have a partnership with the on-demand insurance company that does insurance for storage units. So when you buy a storage unit or want to store your goods inside a storage unit, we have a company that basically you can just swipe left, swipe right, and buy insurance at that moment. But what's good about that is when instances of floods or bad storms happen, a lot of people find out that they didn't have coverage. Well, this is on demand, so basically you have that information at your disposal anytime and at all times, basically. Also, some of the other partnerships we have are with an international bank, and I'll let Brianna talk a little bit more about that. So go ahead.
So basically, one of the projects that we are in development of is trying to figure out how to marry the solution of insurance and banking. We know that banks have assets on their books, so we know that those have to be insured. So we want to take that data and supply it to banks to where we know that you have asset acquisition, we know that you have risk transfer, but we want to simplify the process so that you can assess what the best decision that you should make for those assets.
Talk a little bit more about that, like especially with data collection and data sharing. I mean, big news as of late, obviously, with the rollout of GDPR and the California cybersecurity legislation. So how does a platform like Wmpro affect that? And what are some of the strategies that you guys are deploying to address these issues that we're all affected by?
Yeah, so one of the first strategies that we have is Wmpro is a permission-based data sharing platform. So we ask for your permission to share that data, and we create value for that data that comes back to you in the form of new applications, anything to that nature where you get a benefit from the sharing of that data versus when you shared the data with Facebook or some other platform. You didn't necessarily, you're not sure where it's going.
Yeah,
correct.
Right, yeah.
So that trail, that whole blockchain, that opportunity to share that data seamlessly and securely is what we're putting our stake in the ground on.
And another thing we're doing is we're using technology that's simple, like KYC onboarding, monthly AML monitoring, and we're taking those simple solutions and now doing future assessments of the customer to where we're collecting their current profile, but on a monthly based on their permission, we're collecting data from them that may change in real time. That we can also, it does change, so that we can constantly communicate that to our stakeholders.
So if people are interested in learning more about your company, tell us the website and tell us where else we can find you.
Yep, so the website is www.wmpro.io, or you can check out our other website, www.wmprosystem.com as well.
And Wmpro is an acronym for what again?
Global Asset Protection Repository Optimization System. I know that's a mouthful, so that's why
Wmpro's easier. That works. That's memorable. Well, Brianna, thank you, and Herb, thank you so much for all that you do. And please check out wmpro.io, and thank you so much for watching Exploring the Block. I'm Anna Berry. We'll be right back.
Ryan Munn, advisor to Exploring the Block, here to talk about Sabrecoin. Thanks so much, Ryan.
Thanks for having me here.
Hey, Ryan, what is Sabrecoin and how does it all work?
So Sabrecoin is a blockchain and coin, its own platform, and they run a public-private blockchain, which There's a few different approaches to this solution, but they're taking an interesting approach where they've created one series of addresses that gives the user the opportunity to conduct private transactions, and another series of addresses that allow them to conduct public transactions. So on the user's standpoint, it provides some flexibility to them.
And Ryan, what kind of problem does Stablecoin solve?
Well, the cryptocurrencies traditionally have been very transparent. And while we have private coins coming into the ecosystem, there's not a lot of options out there to offer both functionalities. And especially for the enterprise user, like a bank or auction house, it's important for them to be able to provide privacy to their customers, but transparency to the public or to auditors or partners or investors.
Now, when it comes to the benefit of Stablecoin, who would benefit the most?
Really the users, the end customers, but in particular customers for high-value transactions that have a particular interest in privacy of their transaction, but they still want to work with reputable institutions that would want to have some public components to their ledgers that they keep.
Businesses are unique, Stablecoin no different, but what makes them unique?
Well, I think part of it is their partnerships. They actually are working right now on putting together a deal for an art auction, and that should be coming up this month. And so one of the big things that comes down to creating value in cryptocurrencies is what kind of ecosystem can you build around it? And so they've established some very interesting partnerships in the high value market areas.
And where can people use Stablecoin?
Well, right now, this art auction would be the first opportunity to use Stablecoin. They're getting a piece from Sotheby's, and they're auctioning off, I believe, a Monet. But definitely look to the website to get some more updates on that.
And how do people sign up for Stablecoin, and what benefits will they receive by signing up?
Great question. So they can go to sabercoin.com, which is sabr-coin.com. And they should be able to get a wallet there, get that set up. And I don't believe they've announced the details yet, but they're going to be doing airdrops. And there will be possibly more than one airdrop. So people could sign up today, participate in those initial airdrops. But there will be, they are planning some very creative incentives to allow people to participate in the ecosystem and earn additional airdrops.
All right, Ryan Munn, thanks so much. Advisor to Exploring the Block, talking about Stablecoin. We'll be right back right here on New to the Street.
Welcome back. I'm Ken Efseroff, and this is New to the Street. Joining me now from San Francisco is Kassian Franks. He's the technical co-founder of VectorSpace. Kassian, thank you very much for joining us here on New to the Street, and welcome to the New to the Street family.
Thanks. Thanks for having me back.
It's our pleasure. So talk to me, for the people looking in for the very first time, about VectorSpace, who you guys are, how you came to fruition, and what you do.
Sure. Yeah. So quick refresher. You've got data on one side, and you've got artificial intelligence and machine learning on the other side. In between, you've got the data set, and this is where we specialize in providing the data set that glues data and artificial intelligence or machine learning together for any organization. And this includes any company that has a machine learning operation or is involved with artificial intelligence or has a data science group involved with advancing their bottom line.
All right, Kassian, what are your plans for uplisting to a larger exchange?
Well, what we're doing, especially considering the Coinbase news in terms of being able to allow any kind of altcoin to be listed in multiple jurisdictions. We're taking a significant look at that right now. We're going to go into dialogue with Coinbase, but we're looking also at what BACT is doing. We're looking at what NASDAQ is doing. We're also looking at Binance and a few of the top exchanges right now that exist that we're probably going to target Coinbase at this point, though. So we're going to be doing this after we do our Reddit AMA. And we're pretty excited about this because it's going to be an AMA. It's an Ask Me Anything. Bill Gates has done this. Other popular figures have done this. And the audience that we're talking to is on reddit.com/r/AskScience with 16 million subscribers. So we're looking at introducing our data set solutions, our solutions that glue artificial intelligence to data. And we're pretty excited about this because we're also going to be talking about what we are terming our VXV, and VXV is our token symbol, our VXV wallet-enabled API keys. And these keys enable data to be transacted using our token. I just wanted to mention that because we're using that as a way to solidify our leadership in this space. And if we do this, if we prove that we're legitimate and technically adept crypto with the ability of generating revenue, then we believe that we'll be attractive to any exchanges, and the uplisting process will be pretty easy for us.
Have you added any new partners after Google? And having Google as a partner is the bomb.
Oh, so yeah, we've been talking with Google for quite some time, and as I mentioned before, we've entered this entry-level partnership with Google, and that involves using our QuantBot product that provides relevant stocks and relevant cryptocurrencies to any URL or any query that you give it. That operates on the Google Hangouts platform. But we're also partnering with a company called pushshift.io, and they manage Reddit's data. They're the largest, you might say, data warehouse and API provider for Reddit's data, and they also work with Google's BigQuery group. So we'll be working with that group too, and we'll also be introducing our APIs, our VXV wallet-enabled APIs.
How are you expanding your services right now?
Well, this does go back to the customers that we've already acquired. We've acquired about 350 customers on our free tier service level, and talking to 16 million readers on the Reddit AMA that we're going to be doing, that's going to be a way for us to attract quite a few more customers. So we're looking forward to expanding our platform by growing our customer base and then converting that to revenue, of course.
Got two questions left. The first one is for people who are just looking in and trying to understand the concept of mining and using cryptocurrency. Can you dummy that down in a minute or less and explain how it's advantageous for them to use vector space?
Sure. So if you'd like to utilize the data sets we provide to make your AI systems maybe generate more alpha, or you'd like to extract more signal from them to affect your bottom line somehow, then we provide a Netflix-like subscription level service that you can subscribe to. We convert that subscription, we accept USD or crypto, and if it's USD, we convert that USD right on the open market via automatic buy orders of VXV. And then that VXV goes into the VXV wallet-enabled API key that we have.
And if people want to learn more about vector space, where can they visit?
They can go to vectorspace.ai.
Last question before I let you go. Everything in business is about the name. I guess with anything in life. How did you come up with the name vector space?
Well, vector space is actually a mathematical term. In academia or in mathematics, vector space is used to describe a list of vectors or a list of elements that you can compute for similarity. And you can establish or at least detect hidden relationships, for example, or you can cluster related stocks together that might move based on a global trend. So vector space is pretty appropriate, we thought. That's why we chose it.
It works for me. So Kassian Franks, CEO of Vector Space from San Francisco, California. Thanks for joining us here on New to the Street today.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure. We'll be right back.
From Wmpro, Riccardo Vieri, Board of Directors, Luana Sakari, Direct Sales Specialist. Thanks for joining us right here on New to the Street. And Riccardo, give me some good reasons why the market needs Wmpro products.
Yes, we are working very hard and we are moving forward very, very fast. Our project is a new technology based on blockchain that is allowing anyone to improve the reputation. It's a personal, portable, trust reputation service. With this technology, anyone can improve his business, and we can fight against the fake news, fake information, fake profiles, and fake reviews. It's something that the market really needs.
Luana, what is the trust rating portability signature?
Well, the portability signature is something incredible that we created thanks to this project and to the technology that we are patenting. Users are not obliged to change their habits or to change their socials or whatsoever. They can just paste and copy a script and they have their portability of reputation wherever they are, in whichever social or in their email, wherever. So it's something that we really think the market needs in order to increase the transparency, to increase the trustability, to increase the good reputation of professionals and companies, and of course to also help customers to have all the incredible information that they may need to make a good decision.
Riccardo, how's it going, the product development, and are you on time for the end of October?
Yes, our devs are working very aggressively, and we are in time. This means that for the end of October, we will have the basic product ready, and we are very proud of our team, of what they are doing every day. They're doing a lot of sacrifices, and so I want to thank them for their efforts. But most of all, we are very happy because all users will benefit of a brilliant, easy experience for this new project.
Luana, why would you recommend the use of this product to people who are watching?
Well, anyone is recommended to use a product that can help the reputation, the transparency, the professionalism. So why not to use it? I mean, I think that now the challenge is to go out from the crowd, go out from the masses of the people that are not using. So it will become very soon, I don't want to say a fashion, but something very impactful on the market. So the difference between those users that are certified, that have their portable reputation certification system on their mails, social, whatsoever, it will be very evident. And so the world will need to watch to this product.
Riccardo, what was the toughest part about this startup project?
The big challenge is to let people understand how the service works. Because many times we don't know how and which are the right and proper information. For example, sometimes we go around, I go on Google search, I look for restaurants, I go in a place because I read the reviews, and maybe most of them are fake. So honestly, this is a big fake all around. And when we talk to people, they don't realize. It's like when you need to go on a very famous business portal, there are more than 250 Cristiano Ronaldo profiles. And of course, this is crazy. But until you don't talk about this problem and you create the need of the product on the market, people don't realize. So we are creating the problem because there is a problem, and we are providing the solution.
Luana, what are some of the nicest things that have happened to you since creating Wmpro?
Well, it has been an incredible race, over 12 months meeting incredible people, professionals all around the world, each and every one giving us incredible points, incredible things to learn, and we are excited. The most exciting thing is to start from our experience and the problem, and then focusing on the solution, and then developing the solution and going into the final product that is ready for us to start selling it. It's fantastic, fantastic.
Riccardo, when it comes to first crypto exchange, when will tokens be available?
We have a very good news for everyone, especially for us, of course, because we are already listed on the first crypto exchange. We are on the Estonian exchange, CREX24, and we were planning to be there on a little bit later, but now we see that the market is ready, and so we are quoted, we are there, and we hope that the community will be very happy about this information.
And Luana, what do you think about blockchain, Wmpro, and women in blockchain?
Well, blockchain is the future. It's evident in every corner. We will see applications of blockchain technology everywhere in the world, in every field. And our project is the perfect example of a blockchain application, because dealing with personal data, we absolutely need blockchain for security, for transparency, and also for many other technical reasons. And I really hope to see as many women as possible in this field, because it opens the door. Yeah, of course they're welcome, because it opens the door to a new future, and we know how brilliant we are, how smart we are, and how much the world needs professional women also in this field.
Riccardo and Luana, thanks for joining us. You know, if you want your company featured on a future episode of New to the Street, just visit newtothestreet.com. Click Get Me on TV, fill out the information, and one of our representatives will then contact you. But wait, there's more. You can speak to a live person. That's right, what a concept. Just call 631-465-0280. That's a wrap for today. For all of us here at New to the Street, I'm CJ Papa. Thanks for watching.